Oh, that's right. I can't do that. I shall do one or the other. Welcome, welcome everybody. Hello, hello. Let's see. What the cards and board have in store for us today. My camera has frozen. Bear with me a moment. Hang tight. Okay. There we go. That is going much better. I think I'm going to turn these lights off and just have it be by candlelight. Because I think that'll look spookier. And more fun. And I'll notice when my light goes out. Oh, yes. Oh, yeah. That's it right there. That's the vibes. Alright. So how will this tarot reading session go today? Let's see. You know what I should do? Ooh, Justice. Justice comes up a lot in my readings for people on here, and I love to see it. Let me turn it this way. The Seven of Wands. And the Fool in reverse. Okay, so we may not get too many people on this stream, and that's okay. Oh, I wonder if I could do that. That is an option. Let's see, let's see. Basil, scoot your precious face. I think I see which one this is. Right, let's see if that was correct. Aha. Please do not get too close to that light flame. There we go. Don't put your paws under my chair, Bubby. Okay. Let us see if that will function. I love these rain sounds. They're so nice. And hopefully they won't be copyright checked. Can you imagine somebody's copywritten the rain? That would piss me off. Let's start a new page. Well, no. I'll keep that page. Here we are. Okay. There we go. It's a little out of focus, but we should be fine. Let me go back over here. Hello! Yes, sorry, I was working on it. How are you today? Ooh. That should be going a little bit better now. And I'll do this. Pop that out. Alrighty. There we go. Beautiful, beautiful. Alrighty. Are you still there? I was just having a little bit of technical difficulties, as per usual at the start of a stream. Am I coming through okay? I think I am. Let me also change this. All right. Well, let's get this started, shall we? I think I'm going to make a roll for it. Are we going to have a fun time this stream? Undecided. Undecided. We love to see it. Oh my goodness gracious. Well. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. What is a current event that we could read the tarot on? I always love to do a little tarot on a current event. Let's see. Hi, welcome in. We could also do personal tarot readings, whichever works best for y'all. If you'd like a reading, just hop in the chat and do !join and you'll automatically join the queue. Let's see. How are things going in the White House? Let's be provocative today. Let's find out how things are going. We have the Three of Cups in reverse. Oh no, anybody can get a reading. You just do !join in the chat. Subs get readings anytime they want on any stream. But anybody can get a free reading on a tarot stream. So we have the Three of Cups in reverse. Kind of a lack of friendship, a lack of not communication, but a lack of jovial friendshipping going on there. We have the Nine of Cups. Okay, things are going well emotionally for at least one person. And then the Queen of Pentacles. That's interesting. Now, I'm not sure what's going on in the White House, but they seem to be... I think if this is from their perspective, then they would be seeing this Queen of Pentacles and feeling like they're making a lot of headway doing what they've set out to do. And they're happy about it. But there's a little bit of disunion in the bunch, which is interesting. I'm just going to pull a little clarifying card. Just to see. Just to see. It's the Knight of Swords in reverse. Okay. So the Knight of Swords is all about having like an immature but burgeoning communication style. In this case, it would be a very immature communication style. And that's modifying the Three of Cups in reverse, which is the lack of friendships, or maybe friendships breaking apart. Oh, and then we see the King of Pentacles. That's interesting. Anyways, I want to get onto your reading. We'll see how that goes later on, if we have another lull. Let me pull you up here. There we go. Do, 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 do. Let's see, let's see. Do you have a particular question for the cards? Dragon Wolfen, you still there? Just a general one? You got it. Alright, general vibes for Dragon Wolfen. One, two, three, four, five. Pop those on the bottom. And before we start, is there anything that we should keep in mind? Nope, we're just doing general vibes across the board. Oh, we have the Six of Cups in reverse. Okay, so the sixes are about logical assessment and reflection. In this case, this would be about something related to your feelings. So you would be logically assessing your feelings here and maybe getting a little bit too logical. You might be... you might have too many options, you might have a lack of focus, or you might have tunnel vision, focusing. You know, I think of Robert Dempsey's character in Enchanted with this card. And he's, you know, looking to marry somebody for a practical reason, not so much a loving, romantic reason. I think you might need to take a look at some more romantic options for yourself. We then have the Lovers, and we have two females here. So this could mean you have a burgeoning partnership coming up. It might be romantic, it might not necessarily be romantic, okay? It could be... Lovers are the number 6, so it could be about just collaboration with your fellow man. It can also mean decision making. Do you want to spend time with someone or something in the way that you have been spending time with them? Are you, you know, are you dating this concept, or are you ready to marry this concept? If that makes sense. Consider all options and possible consequences. Sorry, I just tapped my mic. And we do have two females here. This could mean just times with the girls, or it could mean something queer. It's very personal to you. Just whatever you're thinking of is going to be what this means here. Whatever came to your mind first. And then we have the Nine of Wands. Nines are about fulfillment and things coming to fruition. But in this situation, this person is... Hey, good to see you. This person is feeling kind of spiritually overwhelmed because they've done a lot of work on themselves. And they still need to do a lot of work on themselves, and it's just very spiritually overwhelming. Now, spiritually overwhelming, that could mean something religious, but it could also mean something more like what's going on in your gut, what's going on in your heart, that sort of thing. So we have these three cards here. Let's see if we can get some clarification on them. Boop, boop, boop. Let's see the Six of Cups. The Six of Cups clarification is the King of Swords. Now this modifies, and this is in reverse, this modifies the Six of Cups and the Lovers. So let's see, the King of Swords is about a, like, CEO of communication. this person can um, really just let you know what they think, let you know who they are, and speak very confidently. This like could be like a public speaker, but this is in reverse. So maybe we're experiencing a little bit of stage fright, even, um, which may be what's going on with this Six of Cups. And we're feeling very practical, but we have a very, um, like, we're feeling a lot of feelings. And then with the Lovers here, maybe there's something, you want to do something collaborative, um, but you're feeling kind of shy. But you can do it, you're just feeling a little bit shy. Then we have the Five of Swords modifying the Lovers and the Nine of Wands. The Five of Swords is all about um, verbal conflict and instability with your words. So I think that's interesting that it's maybe that's what's leading to. I think we have a little bit of anxiety in our heart about maybe public speaking or about communicating something that you need to communicate with someone. Because this could be public speaking, but it could also be, just communicating with someone in general. Like if you have something that is, like you have an important thing to tell somebody, but you're like feeling kind of anxious about it, that could be something that's going on there. And then finally we have the Ace of Cups. It is in reverse, but we can turn that reverse right side up. So the Ace of Cups is a new opportunity with our feelings. This can be a new relationship, woo, or a new collaboration, or anything that like makes you feel joy and happiness and fulfillment. That's what the Ace of Cups is. It's a new opportunity for one of those things to pop up. Now right now it's upside down. I think it's being blocked by this King of Swords in reverse and this Six of Cups in reverse. I think what we need to do is reflect on this Nine of Wands, this spiritual journey that we're feeling very overwhelmed with, and then we can turn that Ace of Cups right side up. What do you think? Is any of that resonating with you? I'm gonna get some water. Do you want any clarification on anything? Or do we want to ask the board anything? Are we still here? Yeah, let's ask the board. What's a question you have for the board? Oh, got you. It's probably a delay on my end. My Wi-Fi is trash. Is it a new relationship that's coming with what's being said for new beginnings? Let's see. That landed firmly on yes. So it may be romantic, it may not be romantic, but a new relationship is coming. That's so exciting for you. I love that. I love... Oh, excuse me. I love when happy things happen in my tarot readings. I hardly ever get to give somebody happy news, so that's fun. Yeah, that sounds like a lot of fun. Do you have any other questions for the board or for the cards? Happy news is good. Ouch. You're good. Not sure what to ask, miss. Well, if you want, we could do some clarification or see if there's anything that comes up with letters or whatnot. Let's ask the board, what's the first initial of this new person, or one of the initials of this new person that's coming into Dragon Wolfen's life? Undecided. Yeah, Kitty. If you want to... Hang on just a second. Let me see if you're in the queue. To enter the queue, you can just type exclamation point join, and it'll pop you right in the queue. Yeah, that's exciting though. The board's saying no spoilers, but... Oh, welcome back. Alright. I'm gonna go ahead and move on to the next person in the queue, but... Okay. But I'll get back to you later if you'd like another reading. Exactly. It's like, you can't pin me down. Thank you so much for the follow. Alrighty. Let me go ahead and pull up my next person. And... boop. Here we go. Good evening. Welcome, welcome. Alright, Sugar Plums. How are you today, girl? Okay, awesome. Okay. Oh, it's, do exclamation point join. Ooh. Let's see. Are you gonna push out a third one? Oh, got you. Feel very beautiful, and I would love to know what this feeling is and what's to come in Amy of Ice, please. Okay. Well, first of all, it's because you are hot and beautiful. So, we're coming into our own. Okay, we'll see you in a second, Kitty. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, there it is. Okay. So, first we have the Four of Cups in reverse. That's going to be about a little bit of a lack of grounding, but that's okay. I think in this situation, it's about, like, just, like, encountering your intuition. Not so much a lack of grounding, but we're spending a little bit more time in our head and thinking about ourselves and thinking about things. And I think that's good. There's a time and place for that. We have an Ace of Pentacles. I think it's not so much a yes, absolutely. Absolutely. And I think I see that here. This Ace of Pentacles, there's a new financial or worldly opportunity coming your way. It's just not here yet. It's not necessarily being blocked by anything, but it's on its way. And then we have the High Priestess. The High Priestess is that feeling gorgeous, that intuition, that sense of self. You're becoming, in the Fool's Journey, it's about he's becoming aware of himself. You're becoming aware of yourself and be, becoming more in tune with who you are and your body and all of that. And I just love that for you. Let's see. We have Temperance in reverse. Temperance is all about balance and everything. Oh, yeah, absolutely. So, from the beginning, we have the Four of Cups, which typically in reverse it would be about a lack of grounding, but I think that in this situation it's about being like just ooh, I'm so sorry. I just tapped the heck out of my mic. It's going to be about spending more time. Oh, okay. Yeah, absolutely. Um okay, so the High Priestess, you're becoming aware of yourself and spending time in your awareness of yourself. Then we have Temperance in reverse. What this is telling me is just lap up this energy, really live in this moment, and be who you are for your pride. That's that's what we're that's what we're feeling in this moment. And then we have the Eight of Swords in reverse. We're outside of that, any kind of victim mentality that you might have had, any kind of like, woe is me. We've broken free and we have come into our own. And then finally, we have the Devil in reverse. We are overcoming our our ops. We are overcoming our ops and we are coming out in new power over who we are and ourselves. And I just love that for you. Love it, love it, love it. Oh, okay. We got a minute till the ads are over. Almost done. Got about 15 seconds left. Alright, I think we're back now. Welcome back, everybody. Where did I leave off? Hello, welcome. If you want to join the queue, it's !join in the chat and it'll just add you to the queue. Duolingo wants me. But I'm a little busy right now. The evil ads passed? I think so. Welcome back. Where did I leave off? The victim mentality. Oh yeah, Eight of Swords. If you had any kind of like woe is me going on before, then it's gone now. Like you are in your moment. You are having like this self-confidence, and you've cut free of those. You've been cut free of those bonds that held you back before. And this is you taking the power back and being in your power. This is representing just like if you had any ops, just showing them like, no, I am hot, I am beautiful, you don't need to be like trying to bring me down because I know who I am and I know what I'm about. I think the chat is slow today. Let's see. What is that? Oh, that's what that is. There we go. You know what? Let me do something really quick. Let me see if this speeds up the chat. There we go. Let's see if that helps at all. I had another app running that was using internet. Alright. Do you want any clarification or do you want to ask the board anything? I think if anything stands out to me, it's this High Priestess card up here. Um, she, like, if it's coming from anywhere, it's coming from within you. You are just absolutely. I think this is actually, you know what? I said that this Ace of Pentacles, this new opportunity for your worldly possessions and everything. I think that is, it's reversed because it's coming from within you. You are creating this new opportunity by being in your true power. Okay. Hello, welcome. Sorry if chat is a little bit slow today. Let's see. How to channel this new sense of self. I think just finally letting go and trusting my ancestors and just communicating with them. Yes, I think that's exactly it. I think that's exactly it. Especially with this Four of Cups, this manifested or this gift from the spirits. Yeah. Yeah. Rain background. Super feminine. Yes! Yes! Living in your feminine. I love that. Thank you so much for the follow. How to channel it more? Let's see. How can she challenge this, or channel this energy? H. Let's see. H. What could H stand for? Does H... Because when I finally lean on them, they are showing me who I really am. Excellent. And you know what? That's what we were going for this whole time, right? Just showing you who you are. Does H mean anything to you? Because to me, it's kind of, it stands for helping. Helping people. There's some kind of saying somewhere that I've heard, like, to be a helper is to see the face of God or something like that. Yeah. H. So it could be helping. It could be something else entirely, though. I am often off base. Hello, welcome. Wow, there's a lot of first-time chatters here today. Welcome, welcome, everybody. Yeah. So maybe it's you helping at the film festival. Or maybe there's a film with the letter H in it. Wow, there's a lot of people in here. Welcome, everybody. Yeah, the film festival. Let's see. The film festival. Yes, welcome, honeybee. Ooh, the hermit in reverse. Okay, stepping out of your shell. Ooh, 10 of swords. Okay. Oh, Jesus. And the universe. Okay, so we have the hermit in reverse. We're stepping out of our self-reflection time. We're stepping out of our time where we're meditating and ruminating on things and just being in our head, and we're stepping into this film festival. It looks like the 10 of swords. Tens are about the end of a cycle, completion, renewal, but swords are about communication. And we see this man who has been stabbed in the back a bajillion times. So it's possible there might be a couple ops at the film festival, but also it's about the end of a cycle. So, oh, you're totally good. Um, but, so it's like you're only going to have to deal with it once. And it could actually be you silencing this, like any anxieties, any kind of like feelings of being like not enough, or feeling like you can't do this or whatever. Like those might be being put to bed. And then finally we see the universe card, which means that the whole world is your oyster. So you can manifest and be whatever you want to be. There's a little bit of difficulty here in the middle in this present position, but they may just be growing pains. For sure. And you're probably gonna run into a couple of catty people at the film festival for sure. All right. I'm going to go ahead and move on to the next person because I've got quite a queue going. But this was wonderful, and it's always good to talk to you, Sugar Plums. Thank you for hopping in today. Yeah, for sure. I think just letting go of those old cycles and letting go of those old, that old trauma, No problem. You are always welcome here. Alright. Let's see, we have Kitty SMH7. You too, sweetie. Alright, Kitty. Do you have a question in store for the cards or the board today? Or and? And or. Is Kitty still with us? I'm gonna check if they're in the chat. Not in the chat. Okay, I'm gonna give it one more minute and then I'll skip to the next person if Kitty doesn't show up. Anyway, sound off in the chat with how your day was. I always love hearing about people's days, especially if there was like drama or something. You know I'm a chismosa. I'm gonna wait until the end of this ad break, and then if Kitty doesn't show up, I think. No more ads on your end? Okay, awesome. And you're next to my queue. I'm just gonna wait until the ad break ends, and then I will move on to you if Kitty doesn't pop back in. I don't see them in the chat anywhere. Kitty SMH7, are you here? Only 3 ads? That's not bad. Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and skip to Kesla007. Alright. Do you have any particular question for the cards or the board? Ooh. Oh, you're good. I was just oh my god. I was just calling out the next person who is Kitty well, now it's Kesla007. But everybody else, feel free to sound off how your day was in the chat. Try to explain it with emojis. I think that would be so cute. Alright. We can do the board. Whatever you want to do. These two just flew out of the deck. What would you like to do? They did. Do you want to go with what the cards say and then ask the board about what the cards are saying? Where love life is heading months from now? Okay. Well, I'm so glad that that's at that time they flew. Well, that's super interesting because we have an Ace of Cups, which is a new relationship or new feeling opportunity, which is typically in a relationship. It is in reverse, so something is blocking that, or it's just not on. It's like on its way. And then we have the Lovers in reverse, and it is heterosexual, but it doesn't necessarily mean that this is like going to be a heterosexual relationship. It just means that you're going to meet somebody possibly of the opposite gender who is going to be a fun person to be around and help you along in life and stuff. It is in reverse, so that's also kind of blocked and on its way. Oh, but we have the Six of Pentacles. The Six of Pentacles is all about harmony, cooperation, healing in the body, and in the mind, and in your finances, and all of that. Everything physical about you is healing and coming into harmony. So it looks like so long as we're focusing on the harmonious aspects, these things are on their way for you. Let's see. What's a question that we can ask the board about this? What's a question we can ask the board about this? We could ask, is it romantic? Is it a romantic relationship? Undecided. Is it a platonic relationship? Undecided. Let's see. Will the querent be happy? Undecided, but it landed on the Ace of Cups. So I would say that you're going to be pretty happy. Let's see, do we want to pull some clarifying cards? There have been a few about this on my end. August is when feelings come out. September is moving on. Often romantic. Gotcha. Oh my gosh, I keep tapping the mic. I'm so sorry. Okay. Let's see. You're gonna be happy. So, let's see. Oh, we have strength, modifying the Lovers and the Ace of Cups. We have the Devil in reverse. This can be you being in your power and feeling like you're just in your moment, and like earlier, just really feeling empowered and on top of like knowing who you are. And then modifying strength in the Devil is Temperance in reverse. So I think you're going to be happy because you're going to discover who you are. It's a journey of self-love, I'm seeing here. And maybe that's why the Lovers is in reverse, because you're learning to love yourself in a romantic way, if that makes any sense. Like, you're romanticizing your life by choosing joy and choosing to protect your peace. What do you think? Is that resonating with you? Hmm. Is this person going to meet somebody in July? So it sounds like the pattern is continuing. You're going to meet somebody in July. Is it going to be romantic? What is that? Q. Yeah. Does the letter Q mean anything to you? Question. There is kind of a question here, though, right? Whether or not you want the pattern to continue. This meeting in July, August, feelings announced, September moving on time. That's a hard pattern to be in, and I'm concerned about what that's doing to you emotionally. I think if you do meet somebody this summer, give it some time. Be strong and give it some time. That's where temperance comes in. Yeah. Trust me, I feel that. I think I'm coming up on. Yeah, I'm almost on year 15, so I get you. Let me look this up real quick. Temperance. Being flexible without compromising your values. Right. Remember with this person that is coming into your life, just remember to not compromise your values. If feelings come up, then meditate on your values and meditate on whether or not this person shares those values. I think that's the best advice I could give you. One personal change since last September. Ooh, okay. Congratulations. That's huge. Personal change since last September. Cute. Hey, welcome back. Started with losing a job and created a great change in a positive way. Employed now. Congratulations on your employment. Well, Kessla, do you have any other questions for the cards or the board? Oh, I see. So I asked myself if I had to ask one question, what would it be? And so it went in association with be tarot, work, or side job, or other. Right, I feel ya. Oh, ad break. Yup. 1 of 5, Jesus. You see no ads? Okay, awesome. So then what was the outcome of the job search? Gotcha. Lost in September and then been for 3 weeks now. Had a good job to retire from. Oh, excellent. Excellent. We love to see that. So now we're just kind of looking for a little bit of companionship. In the meantime, I work in a new age shop where I still do for doing readings. Nice. Welcome back. Ooh. Queen of Wands. The Four of Swords. Okay. So I'm asking the deck what we should be looking for in a partner this summer. No, the pencil. One, two, three, four, five. 10 of Wands. Okay. So we've got the Queen of Wands and the 10 of Wands on either side. They're sandwiching the Four of Swords. The Queen of Wands is this spiritual artisan. They line up with you spiritually, not just religiously, but also like your minds are on the same wavelength. Your hearts are on the same wavelength. You have the same values. The 10 of Wands in reverse. This person is, they are completing a spiritual journey, but there's a lot of baggage there, and they're kind of burdened down by the yes, when it's your turn, you can. They're kind of bogged down by their spiritual journey. There's a little bit of baggage there. But in the middle, you've got this Four of Swords. They're laying down foundations to communicate well with you and calmly and really speak their heart to you. So be looking out for those things, for somebody who is spiritually on the same page as you, somebody who's willing to speak their heart to you, and someone who is at the end of a spiritual journey but looking, and has a little bit of baggage, but they're taking care of it on their own. I'll get you right after Kessla, kitty. Does that resonate with you, Kessla? How do you feel about it? Makes sense. One reading said something about them dealing with Heart, Ace, Three of Swords. Very good. Okay. Excellent. Oh no, the queue's not refreshing. Let's see. Hang on just a second. Queued users. Let me put you in pending users. I don't think I can do that. Interesting. The top seems to be on my mind a lot, and spirits are motivating to see the whole. That's good. Alright. Do you have any other questions for the cards or the board? Gotcha. You are so welcome. You're so welcome, and you're always welcome anytime. I'm gonna go ahead and... You know what, Kitty? I'm gonna have you go after Athena, because you kind of missed your turn. But it's only 3 readings, so we'll get you. I get you. Alrighty. Honeybee 3D, you are ups next. You are up next. Do you have a particular question for the cards or for the board? I feel you, Kesla. I know I would be super excited if I got that reading. I would be like, okay, I'm looking for, you know... You know that TikTok sound? I'm looking for a man in finance. 6'5", blue eyes. Like, that just popped into my head. Not necessarily looking for a man in finance, but you know what you're looking for, which is important. Yay, welcome, Honeybee. So, what question do you have for the cards in the the deck? Oh my god, the board and the cards. Of Rick Man. Or a rich man. That was embarrassing. Get in there. There we go. You know, it's funny, I do all this stuff with cards, you'd think I'd be able to shuffle them. I do have a question. I want to know about Sarah. How does she really feel about me? Can I trust her intentions? Do I pursue a friendship with her? I guess I just want to know about her towards me in general. Gotcha. So... 4, 5, discard. We have the 7 of Cups in reverse here. The 7 of Cups is all about... well, 7s are about logical assessment and reflection. This is maybe having too many options or maybe even tunnel vision. where it comes to your feelings, or her feelings, I should be saying. Um, so she may be having a little bit of tunnel vision, I think. Let's see. Next we have Judgment in reverse. Judgment is not just about like Judgment Day and like the like people getting their comeuppance, but it's also about considering consequences of like weighing options, considering how your impact on the world and considering your actions. So I think this person is they're juggling a lot of options or juggling a lot of scenarios in their head, and then they're weighing each option. And then we have the Ace of Cups in the upright position. This is all about some kind of new relationship or new venture emotionally. So it's possible. It doesn't necessarily mean that it's romantic, but it could be romantic. Let's see. Let's get some clarifying cards going. We have the Ten of Swords in as modifying the Seven of Cups and Judgment. So it seems like there's a lot of pain in this person's past, maybe some abandonment, maybe feeling just backstabbed in general. And the Eight of Swords, it's interesting, this is very similar to another reading I had tonight. The Eight of Swords in reverse, they're cutting themselves loose of their bonds. They're working on being in their true self. And then finally, we have the Page of Pentacles in reverse. The Page of Pentacles is somebody who's very childlike with their material possessions. Very, like, you know how kids, like, it's not that they don't care about their toys, but their toys get, like, worn down really quickly. This person is kind of like, okay, it's resonating so far. This person seems to have some sort of, like, maybe they don't take care of their car, or they don't like take care of their house or their room or their body very well, which is interesting that that's modifying everything. It seems like in that case this trauma from here and this former mindset of being like in pain and in trauma, like reliving trauma, it seems to be affecting the body and affecting the finances a little bit, which is interesting. Let me see. Is this someone the querent should form a friendship with? Undecided. Is this someone the querent should form a romantic relationship with? Undecided. So, seems a little undecided. We got some information on, like, what she's going through. What are her intentions? Let's see. This would actually be easier on the cards. What are her intentions? The Queen of Cups. She wants to be emotionally mature. She wants to nurture and be caring and compassionate. I think, what does or how does she feel about her, the querent? Four of Swords. She's setting down foundations of communication and Queen of Wands. She is maybe looking for like a spiritual Let me think on this for a little bit while the ad runs. We have the Queen of Cups. We have the Four of Swords. We have the Queen of Wands. Oh, okay. I think what this is she thinks that you are spiritually mature and emotionally mature. And she wants to lay down foundations of communication so that she can grow from her relationship with you. Is it romantic? The High Priestess in reverse. No spoilers. Dang it. If it is romantic, what's the game plan? Let's go with that. Like, let's talk to each other about, like, okay, what happens if it is romantic? What are we gonna do? Okay, I'll wait until the ad's over. I think I'm spiritually and emotionally mature. Okay. Gotcha. Okay. Welcome back. Let me just verify that you're back in. Okay, awesome. Welcome back. I think, so she thinks that you're spiritually mature and emotionally mature, and she wants to lay down a foundation of communication so that she can glean some of that. I asked the deck whether or not it was romantic, and we got the High Priestess in reverse, which is all about trusting your own intuition. So let me ask you this question. What's the game plan if it is romantic, if she feels romantically towards you? And then vice versa, what's the game plan if she feels platonically towards you? How do you feel about that? I think what the cards are getting at is it's, especially with this High Priestess, what are your feelings towards this person? Do you trust, if there's a question about her intentions, do you trust yourself with her? I love it when the cards do this, when they're just like, well, actually, what if you thought about it on your own? When they really make us meditate. This is the juicy peach. Well, that's gonna be weird because she's my husband's ex. A little background, she's never liked me, and we had something big happen almost 2 years ago. And I've tried being mature always. I never understood why, but this time around I'm trying. Gotcha. Mm-hmm. But you know, you want to get a little bit of, like, you want to get a little bit of backup, which is why we go to tarot, you know? You want to know, like, okay, like, what do I feel about this situation? Because sometimes you do a reading and you're like, that's bullshit and I don't trust it and I'm going to do the exact opposite of that. And that's totally fine because, like, that's the beauty of tarot. A new approach and being her friend and maybe she will like me. She has, sorry that sounds crazy, but has always used spells to separate us, but I always return to sender that bad. She sends us. Well, recently. You don't sound crazy at all. Let me ask you this. What do you get out of her liking you? Is it just community that you're looking for? Or is it, like, do you need her to like you because she's still in your life and all of that? She's open that she's bisexual, and in my mind, I believe it's just girl talk, but I'm not sure if she, like, low-key starting to be attracted to me. So she sounds like she is insecure about me. Gotcha. Interesting. Very interesting. Yeah, that would be nice, huh? So she's the mother of your husband's child. As we're starting to get closer now, I sometimes think she's a bit more interested romantically and sexually. Gotcha. Is there sexual desire there? The Knight of Cups? It could be there. It could be there. I don't... Just based off of what we've read so far, I don't think that she's romantically interested, but she might be sexually interested. Yeah. Oh, wow. Does she have, like, parental rights? Actually, that's none of my business. Don't answer that question. Um, let's see. Let's see, let's see. She's given up her other daughters and isn't stable. And is at bars, etc. Gotcha. There are no court documents, but we have always been primary parents. Gotcha, gotcha. Do you think it would be safe for your daughter to um to have this person in her life? I'm thinking. Do you give her bio mom like alone time with her? Because I'm thinking of it like, I don't have any kids, but I do have nieces. And if their parents were at any point an addict, I might not feel comfortable leaving them in the same room. She hangs out with sketchy people, and I'm sure she still drinks and even do drugs. Yeah. Okay. I think she definitely looks up to you, and because of the drugs, that might be turning into a sexual desire. Because she might be getting her wires crossed, right? I think be friends with her, but never be like, she gets her weekends, but she will always flake on her days to work, so she's been getting her Sunday, Tuesday. Okay. I wonder if there's a way for you guys to, like, co-parent with, like, she has her and communities kind of thing. Okay. Have you seen her with her? Like, is it, like, do you think it's safe? Like, does your gut say that it's safe? Let's do a roll. Let's see if it's safe. Is it safe for this sweet little 9-year-old or 8-year-old to be with her biomom? The board says undecided. I don't know if I trust the board on that one. Yeah. I don't think any harm will come to you. There could be awkwardness, but I don't see any... Well, is the querent in danger? Undecided. Okay. I don't see any danger towards you or your daughter. But I think definitely trust your gut. Whenever... There's times where we can tell she was using a shoe of flake when she is. Yeah. And if she's flaking, I say let her flake. Because you don't want her to be around the little one when she's like that. Here's an ad break. I'll wait for y'all. I think definitely trusting the gut and like keeping a keen eye out is gonna be the name of the game here. You're good. Take your time in the ads. Well, hello. I'm glad that you're not in the ads. I feel like okay, that's good. Not pushing it is probably wise. I feel like this is a situation you gotta play by ear. Welcome back. I think not pushing it is absolutely wise, and you gotta play it by ear. If she's in your life and she's thinking that you're cool, then that's good news for you and your daughter. But it's also a little bit scary because she might be tempted to like share things with you that you're not comfortable with. So I think this High Priestess is really standing out to me. This trusting your gut and being aware, this hyper awareness. Just looking at my notes here, the answers you seek are within yourself rather than from anything or anyone external. So definitely trust yourself and your own judgment in this situation. I'd say regarding whether or not you should be friends with this person, if your heart is saying, I should be friends with this person, then go for it. Because I think it could be really cool and helpful for her to be in her daughter's life. And you want to be friends with somebody who's like, who you're co-parenting with. But like you said, if it turns into something sexual, and you're not comfortable with that, just clearly communicate. That Four of Swords, lay down some boundaries. I know she's been. And she wants him back. Yeah. Definitely lay down some boundaries about, like, how you want to hear her talk about him and all of that. Because if she's speaking things about him and they're making you uncomfortable, like, you can just tell her to stop. And I think in this situation she has a lot of respect for you. I think she will stop. Alright. Do you have any other questions for the deck? Or do you feel like we've kind of made some progress here today? To the ER for fractured ribs and we talked and opened up a lot. Yeah, she was talking about when they used to be together. I hear ya. And that had to be awkward. She seems still up in the air. Thank you so much for the follow. But we feel we made progress. That's good. Okay, awesome. I'm gonna go ahead and move on to my next person in the queue. But thank you so much for being so open and sharing so much. Definitely hop back in the queue if you want some more information, because I am going to be thinking about this for a while. Alright. Uncle Jimmy's Basement. You are up next. Do you have any particular question for the cards? I can't remember if you said you wanted anything earlier. Absolutely, anytime, honeybee. Hi. Hi, Uncle Jimmy's. Just a message from the other side? Okay. Are we looking for anybody in particular? General? Big read for Uncle Jimmy. You got it. I'm gonna hold this over here, because I think it's gonna come into play. Your grandma? Okay. Oh, jeez. No? One, two, three, four, five. Alrighty. We have Justice in reverse. Looks like we have some thinking about how actions will affect others and considering our impact on society. We have Strength. 2 major arcana, nice. Strength, which is more than just being strong. It is also about, let's see, where is my strength notes? Having like a little red hen energy of like, then I shall do it myself. So that's something there. Oh, and then we have another strength card. So we have the strength 8s, which are receiving of deity. Okay. And then the strength of 2s? No, that would be 11. Strength of 11, which is judgment, disorder, law breaking. The cards are justice so far, strength of 8s, and strength of 11s in the reverse position. So we have that's very interesting. I've never gotten 2 strengths in the same pull before. Let me think about this for a second. New order, fresh creation, disorder. This one's receiving of deity. This one is irresponsibility, disorder, and law breaking. But it's in reverse, so maybe this is responsibility, and order, and judgment. Okay. I'll be speaking to the querent's grandmother. That is... I'll check my notes. That one's fire. This one is air. Yeah, I think I will pull more to clarify it. Air. Interesting. Mentally clear, detached. We have temperance of the 14. Spiritual perfection, salvation. So this is about salvation. Oh, was your grandma religious at all? Oh, this is for Uncle Jimmy. Yes. So your grandma was religious? Okay. So let's see. Got justice in reverse. Thinking about how consequences affect others, and strength. We have resurrection, receiving of deity. And then we have temperance of 14. Not 14. Is that 14? Yeah, it is 14. Which is spiritual perfection, salvation. Interesting. Oh, I'm sorry, Kitty. Sorry that we couldn't get to you. Good night. The lovers. Modifying the 2 strengths. Partner. Justice, strength, circumcision, receiving of deity. Strength 9. No, that's strength 11, disorder and judgment, but it's also order. Okay, so 2 people came together. Your grandparents, were they both religious? Oh, an ad just finished. Were both of your parents religious, Uncle Jimmy? Yes, they were? Okay. Or your grandparents, I should say. Temperance. Salvation. And the 4 of Wands. Oh. In reverse. Okay. The 4 of Wands, seasons, the world. They were both Catholic? Okay. And have they both passed? This is such an interesting pull. What I'm seeing here is this story of people who were they were redeemed and they went to their salvation and now they're celebrating. But the celebration is upside down, which is interesting. This is fascinating. I've never done a read for someone who's not with us anymore before, so this is very interesting to me. Welcome back. Okay, so this story that I'm seeing here is we've got 2 people who are maybe redeemed together, or they, like, temperance here, temperance of 14, that is 14 is spiritual perfection and salvation. So temperance then would be that they have yeah, they have been kind of not lived a perfect life, but like in the eyes of their deity, they've lived a perfect life. And then we have this 4 of Wands in reverse here. The 4 of Wands is all about a celebration. Are both of your grandparents passed? I don't know if I asked that yet. I love this celebration card that it's coming together because we have like these two strengths, right? We have the collaboration with deity after justice, which I think it's so interesting considering your impact on others as justice. Like, that's just such a cool way to read that card, especially in the context of, like, um, Catholicism and Christianity. Because, like, the whole point of Christianity is to serve others and serve your community and love each other the way that, Christ loved people. Um, I think that's so interesting. Here we have um, she connected with her deity, which would be Jesus, and she found salvation, and then it's this beautiful little partnership here of now the lovers could be her and your grandpa, or the lovers could be her and Jesus. Um, that relationship there, um, mixed with temperance, which is 14. 14 is all about boop, 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 spiritual perfection and salvation. It's so interesting that we've gotten two salvation pulls in this reading. I think that's so cool. Um, and then this party that is the Four of Wands. It seems to me that she's partying it up in heaven. I think that's such a touching read. Oh my god. I'm gonna start crying. Oh my gosh. Do you have any questions for them? Because it seems like we're, like, I feel like we're in community with them right now. Just getting really cool reads tonight. How do they feel about my dad? Her son trying to disobey the will. Ooh! Let's see. How do they feel about their son disobeying the will? They probably don't feel great, would be my prediction, but let's see. Justice in reverse, and this time it's 9. Or not 9, it's 11. Breaking law, irresponsibility, disorder, and judgment. They don't feel great about it right out the gate. We then have the Six of Pentacles. There should be healing and restoration and cooperation. That's their desire for this situation. And the Lovers in reverse. There's a little bit of disharmony. Does your dad have any siblings? Yes. Does he have any sisters? Yeah. How many sisters does he have? Two? Yeah. I think I found the sisters. Um, oh, thank you so much for the sub. I really appreciate that. Thank you. Um, yeah, the two sisters are represented here, and it's in reverse. We've got a lot of disharmony with the two sisters. Um, we've got so this is your grandparents' desire for the situation. They think he's breaking the law. Um, you too, Kesla. Thank you so much for subscribing and thank you so much for sharing tonight. I really appreciate you. Um, I think. What was I saying? They think he's breaking the law and they're not happy about that. But all they want is cooperation and healing for the family. They don't want anything like my let me tell you a little story about my life. Um, my grandma just passed recently, and my mom and I were in charge of like the estate. And my aunts and uncles um, came in and they like took all of their stuff, and then they left the stuff that they didn't want for me and my mom to clean up. And so we like kept some of that stuff, and nice. And then they were like, well, you know, I want this thing that's part of my mom's inheritance. And then my mom was like, no, that's part of my inheritance. And they started throwing like bitch fits about it and stuff. And I think in both cases, like, the people, it's just stuff, you know? At the end of the day, it's just stuff. And the people, our loved ones who sent it, who gave it to us, they just they just want harmony and peace for their families, you know? It's all good. Hopefully that resonates with you a little bit. I hope I didn't just make it all about me. Oh, hey, it's okay. She was ready to go. People get so greedy and weird. Yeah. And it's just stuff at the end of the day. Like, who cares who gets the desk? Who cares who gets the house? Yeah. Absolutely. Man. I hope so too. I think we will. I think peace comes with time and patience. Alright, do you have any other questions? Yeah. That was it? Okay. Thank you so much for opening up and sharing. Of course, no problem at all. And thank you for letting me talk to your grandparents. That was so cool. It was kind of confirmation for me because I grew up very religious and then I stepped away from Christianity for a little bit. And then when I stepped away from Christianity, you know, it never really leaves you. You know, that's the Hierophant. It never really, like, you grew up with this culture and it's part of you and part of how you think and stuff. But I stepped away from organized religion and I started pursuing tarot as like a hobby, and I realized that they were kind of just Abrahamic flashcards, um, and had a lot of like just like they told a lot of very familiar stories, and that was just really such a privilege to read that reading. Thank you so much. All right. All right. Looks like Lady Pallas Athena is next. Oh my god. Athena, are you still with us? You got it. General reading. Ooh, we have the Wheel of Fortune. I love to see that come up in a reading. I hope to see you again too, Jungle Jimmy. The Wheel of Fortune, this is all about, like, the seasons and, like, where is it? The seasons and cycles of life. It can also be luck, but it's mostly about cherishing the lessons that life brings you. Yeah, let's see. We have the Eight of Swords in the upright position. So there is a little bit of a feeling like we can't do something, like our hands are tied behind our back. But we do have the power to break through those binds and make our way out and onto a task. We then have the Hermit in reverse. So it seems like we might need to take a little bit of time to spend on ourselves and meditating on ourselves and learning who we are spiritually. But that's being blocked by something, either by just the hustle and bustle of life, or it can be like we just don't want to. Okay, so the Wheel of Fortune and the Eight of Swords is modified by the Tower in reverse. Something big has come or is coming. A big kind of thing is coming down. I would say that the Tower, in conjunction with the Wheel of Fortune, it's gonna be kind of a lucky break for you that something comes down, and it's gonna, in conjunction with the Eight of Swords, it's gonna help you feel like you're more empowered to take on what you need to take on. We then have the Empress. Oh, I love the Empress. She's always in her divine feminine. She is compassion. She is beauty. She is grace. She is Miss United States. And she is modifying the Hermit and the Eight of Swords. So we're coming out of this. Well, I don't know yet. We're gonna find out. Hopefully, unless the cards are like, no spoilers, but we'll see. um, so we're feeling empowered out of this moment of feeling disempowered, and we're coming into our feminine, which means by nature meditation on the self and looking inward. So let's see what this Tower is all about. Something big is going to be crashing down. We see the Queen of Wands in reverse in conjunction with the Tower and the Empress. Okay, so something spiritual. We have a spiritual leader. Ooh, I turned that up too loud. We have a spiritual leader who is gonna have a fall from grace, I feel. Because both of these are in the reverse position. I feel like somebody that we really look up to, this might be a family member, this could be a political figure, this could be a pastor or rabbi or spiritual leader. They're going to have a bit of a fall from grace, and it's going to be really disappointing. But I think coming out of that, we're going to find a lot more power within ourselves, and feel much more empowered. And then we can take over this Queen of Wands position and become a spiritual leader in and of ourselves. What do you think? Does that resonate at all? No? Okay, I might be totally off base. Okay. Let's see what else we've got going on here. Let's pull some clarification cards. We have the Six of Cups. The sixes are about... that's the wrong six. Harmony, cooperation, and healing. And the cups are about feelings. So usually this is about two people coming together, and whether they're like siblings or friends or loved ones coming together and making amends. And then we have the Two of Cups in reverse. It seems like, oh, that's very interesting. We have somebody coming together to make amends, and then we have a Two of Cups in reverse. This is also about partnerships, duality, balance, and this is maybe like a um, somebody coming back into your life thing. And you making amends with them. And then we have the Ace of Pentacles in reverse, which is all about a new opportunity financially or with earthly belongings. I can never remember how to say that. So that then, let's see. Two of Cups, somebody crashing down, the Empress, the Hermit. Let's see. Remind me what we talked about last time. You think it's work related? Okay. I could see that. I could see that being work related. Where like we're kind of feeling a little held back at work. We need to do a little bit of thinking on ourselves, but work is blocking that ability of taking care of the self. And then the Tower, it could be getting fired or moved to a new position, or it could be like taking on a new job. Um, Either way, you're going to be dealing with it with grace and compassion, and you're going to be stepping into your own spiritually. It could be. The Tower is just a big, like, Deus Ex Machina is something that you can't control, something coming crumbling down. It's possible that it could be that. It might be something else as well. Sure. So we have a lot of wands here, so a lot of spiritual work is going to be done. This is just work that you do on yourself while you're thinking introspectively, you're looking at things, the way they resonate with you, just taking care of your heart and your spirit. So first we have the Knight of Wands in reverse. The Knight of Wands is very gung-ho about taking care of his heart. Think of like those people who are like, I protect my peace no matter what, and it's kind of like a toxic positivity thing. That's what we're seeing here with the Knight of Wands. We then have the Ten of Wands, which is the end of a cycle. And she's carrying a lot of sticks, which is a bit of a burden on her. So the cycle has ended, and it's time for renewal. But in this case, there's still a little bit of work left to be done. And then we have the Nine of Wands in reverse. Nines are usually about things coming to fruition, like you've sown what you are now going to reap. But in this case, there's a little bit of loose ends. There's some goals that need workshopping. And this is all to do with the spirit and taking care of the self. We then have the Nine of Pentacles. The Nine of Pentacles is about reaping what you sow as well, but financially. So if something does come down at work, you have a nest egg that you can take care of yourself with. And then we have the Five of Cups. The Five of Cups is about, when it's reversed, it's about denial and reluctance to face conflict and change. It's an emotional time is coming, but you're gonna be prepared for it. And then you have the Eight of Cups modifying the Nine of Pentacles and the Five of Cups. The Eight of Cups in reverse is all about avoidance of work and cycles that need to end. So it sounds like there might be some patterns that are not working for you at work, that need to, emotionally, that need to come to an end. So maybe like an attitude about work or something like that that needs to be workshopped. Now, remember, this is just a story that the cards are telling us. Sometimes they resonate, sometimes they don't resonate. So, if you don't feel like they're resonating, that's totally okay. It's just something to think about. Okay. What do you think? Do you want to ask any more questions? Absolutely. Alrighty. And it looks like the next person in the queue. Are you getting fired? Let me ask the board here. said goodbye. I'm gonna try rolling that again. I'm sure you're not gonna get fired. I think the board's just being silly. I'm sure you're not gonna get fired. Board said goodbye. So, it's not a yes or a no. It just kind of said that this is the end of the conversation, but I tell it when it's the end of the conversation. So, I don't think that you're getting fired. I think something is going to come down, but it's not going to be like you losing your job. Let me look. How do they feel about her work? Or their work, excuse me. One, two, three, 4, 5. The Chariot. Let's see. Let me pull up my notes so I make sure I tell you the right thing. Drive and determination in reverse. Okay. Excellent. Diversified thinking, being flexible on your journey. It might be that they think... Well, let me pull another card. The Eight of Pentacles in reverse. That's all about accomplishments. And the High Priestess in reverse. The answers you seek are within yourself rather than from anything or anyone external. Okay. That's going to be important on this. So, I think there's some questions that you can ask to find out where you're at with them. One is drive and determination. You can ask if they see you as driven, or they see you as flexible. And you can ask if they see you as someone who has mastered their responsibilities at work. But I think ultimately it comes down to your opinion of yourself. Do you feel like you're doing a good job? And I think that they're gonna throw that question back at you, or those questions back at you and ask you, do you feel like do you have enough drive? Do you feel like you have mastered your responsibilities? It all comes down to this high priestess, this desire to look within. Or not necessarily desire, but necessity to look within and be aware of the self. What do you do for work? Hi, welcome. Thank you so much for the follow. Of course. Anytime. Do you want me to pull any more cards about it? Yeah, that's real. Absolutely. Absolutely. You did follow me. Of course. Okay. Honeybee is back. And I need to close my queue. Alright, Honeybee. Are you still with us? Awesome. So let's continue where we left off. Where did we leave off? I forget. What questions do you have for the deck? And for the board? You wanted to look further as it was going to stay in your mind. Yes, absolutely. So, we established that there might be sexual desire. What's the nature of this sexual desire? The Two of Swords. It looks like she's caught in between two, like a crossroads. Okay. She's got this kind of like indecisiveness about her, and it could be because she's struggling with addiction. We then have the Six of Swords. Okay, so she's going on her own healing journey. Going on her own healing journey, maybe pursuing something a little bit more. I could see her pursuing you as a means to have a healthier lifestyle. And then the Ace of Pentacles. Looks like she's got a little bit of something happening for her. Or coming up happening for her. Then have the Page of Pentacles, so she doesn't really know what to do with what she's got. And then the Two of Wands. Okay. She's going on this spiritual journey. Excuse me. Oh, excuse me. She's going on this spiritual journey, and this new opportunity arises for her. And so she's balancing this new opportunity and her inner self, and trying to figure out what takes priority. And then finally we have the Five of Pentacles. This is a card all about instability, financial instability. I think she just wants stability. I think she is growing out of her wild days, and she just wants something to hold on to. What do you think? Does that resonate at all? Can you trust her around your husband? We have the King of Swords in reverse. So he might not be communicating well around her. We have the Universe in reverse. So the world might get turned upside down. And then we have the Five of Swords, which is unstable communication. I would not leave her alone with your husband. Because I think she's going to try something. And he's not going to know how to combat it. So she's slowly trying to make them out of life. Yeah. And she might be coming back to something familiar, like your husband. Well, I'm not sure. What I see here is his inability to communicate a boundary, the world getting turned upside down, and unstable communication. So, like, it could be a cheating situation, but I wouldn't put money on it. I think well, it's possible. Do you trust your husband not to cheat? With her, at least? Super open and says he isn't attracted to her or ever would return to her. Okay. Okay. Hmm. Okay. Excuse me, I'm so sorry. Hmm. Well, I don't trust him 100% because of his infidelity in the past. But I also don't trust her 100% because of her using. Sounds like there's a lot of not being able to trust in this situation. Oh, gotcha. I'll wait for you. Hmm. Interesting. I think given the reading, I wouldn't trust him. Alright, welcome back. I think just looking at the cards, the story the cards are telling us is that we shouldn't trust him with her alone. But sometimes the cards resonate and sometimes they don't. You know? Like in the last reading, sometimes it's just a story. Meant for us to meditate on. He doesn't talk to her much and I'm always present. Okay. Okay. Let's see. What's another clarifying question that we can ask? Do we trust her? Yes or no? The Five of Wands. I think... The Knight of Cups. Well, that's vague. I'm gonna just roll for it. How they mess around during their relationship. I threw that kind of hard. I'm gonna try it again. Still undecided. Okay. So it says undecided. Let me see. We've got the Knight of Cups, which is about emotional immaturity. And then, in terms of trusting her with him, we have the Five of Wands, which is all about how, being in denial about your abilities and talents. Or being in denial in general. I think she's in denial about whether or not things are going to work out with him, or like whether or not you two are going to work out. So I wouldn't trust her alone with him. And then I have, in terms of like if they've messed around, I have the Knight of Cups, which is about emotional immaturity. There might have been some thinking about it. There might have been... I don't want to come out and say that, like, they have or have not, because I'm not getting, like, concrete, anything like that. But emotional immaturity for sure. There might have been. She doesn't try or believes this will be a throuple. I mean, you never really know with people who use drugs. They kind of get funny ideas into their heads, and you gotta be gentle and just be like, no, that's not gonna happen. It's possible that that's something that's on her mind that she's considering. Because I've had that on my mind since we first talked about it. Yeah, I think so. And she might be trying to get into your good graces so that um, she can share them with you. But remember, this is just, the story the cards are telling us. This might not be what's going on in her head. You'd have to actually communicate with her and figure out what's going on with her, um, in order to see concrete stuff. Be close to him. Yeah. Alright. Is she being honest and truthful with her? Two of Pentacles. It looks like she is... This is about a lack of balance in a partnership and, or choices or manifestation. I think she is... I think she's a little confused about it, honestly. Yeah, the Chariot 7. In reverse. Drive and determination. About who I am to what she thought I was like. I think that she thought... Because she was trying to cast spells to separate you guys. And they weren't working out. You were doing your return to sender. And her drive and determination is getting blocked by your return to senders. I think she's... Let me pull one more card. Justice reversed. I think she is not considering her impact on others. I don't think that she thinks about you as a person. I think she thinks about you as an obstacle. Oh, I got disconnected, attempting to reconnect. Sorry, having technical difficulties. Sorry about that, I was having some technical difficulties. My Wi-Fi cut out. What was the last thing that I said? Oh, gotcha. Back. You know what? That might be those spells that she's been sending your way. Time to do another return to sender. Yeah, I don't think that she thinks of you as a person. I think she thinks of you as an obstacle to get what she wants. Which is such a bummer. Like, imagine being so... Imagine living rent-free in somebody's head like that. That's a huge bummer. I kind of want her to get, like, a healthy hobby. Yeah, I think an arm's length friendship is the move. She told me on different occasions that I'm losing my husband or something like that, and she just not true. Yeah. She's probably got lots of delusions because she's been messing with her head with coke. Because, like, coke messes you up, man. Yeah. It'll mess you up long term, though. Put, like, memories in your head that you didn't, that aren't real. super weird. Hello. Alright. So, she swears I'm the reason. I guess they were always off and on and they get back. But apparently during the final and long breakup, I came into his life and I was a bajillion% different and healthy. Yeah. And that's gonna be so refreshing to somebody after being with someone who's addicted to something. Gotcha, gotcha. $25 more seconds to go. Nice. Oh man. I hate the long ads. They're the worst. Alright, welcome back. So, what are you thinking? I think you're next on the list, Lightseeker. Do you have any more questions for the cards, Honeybee? I just say it's a bit confusing. On one hand, I have her wanting to be friends with the child, then she's like hater vibes and ulterior motives. And I think that's where I would draw the line. I think just the fact that she's got hater vibes ever, like, you don't need that in your life. I think for the sake of the child, arm's length friendship is like the best route for this. Oh. Well, let's do one more question and then I'll move on to the next one. Yeah, secretly, not so secretly. Yeah, 100%. Okay, well then, let's ask the question that we asked at the beginning. Should you be friends with her or not? That's so funny. Let's see. Let's see. Whoa. Oh. The tower. Yeah. So the tower is like something coming crashing down. Like something big coming crashing down. I think the closer. Okay. The closer you get to her, the harder everything is gonna fall. I think is what this is getting at. I think instead of keeping her at keep her at 2 arms lengths, if that makes sense. I'm sorry, love. The queue is closed for tonight. It's getting late for me. I'm just gonna do one more and then call it. Oh, thank you. I got my cup of water right here. I should probably take my meds too, but I'll do it after the stream. I think excuse me. I think just based on what we have on the cards in front of us, you shouldn't trust her as a real friend. You should only, like, keep her at a couple arm's lengths. What do you think? Does that make sense? Exactly. Keep her at 3 arms lengths. Maybe 4. 18 arms lengths. Final offer. Yeah, I don't trust this. Maybe 5. Yeah, exactly. Especially with this tower card popping up, I really don't trust her at all, as far as I can throw her. Alright. I'm going to go ahead and move on to our next person, because I am getting so sleepy. But the good in me is like, give her a chance, maybe she'll be cool. Yeah. Yeah, I totally get you. I totally get you, friend. Oh my gosh. I'm always the person who's like, well, there's good in everyone. Yeah, but there's also bad in everyone. You know? That's what makes humanity beautiful. But sometimes it's like the beauty of a lion, right? Like, it's safe to see them in the zoo, but you see one in the wild. So that beautiful thing is going to eat you for lunch. Alright, honeybee. You have a lovely rest of your night, and I will talk to you soon. And let me know how this goes. Truthfully, I've never wanted to cross a friendship line, just strictly co-parent. I'm wondering if she did something to get closer. But no, I'm gonna keep away. She has too much evil in her, and I cannot risk myself in my family. You are so welcome, sweetheart. And keep me posted. I always want to hear follow-ups with any of my readings. Alright. Lightseeker, it is your turn. I know I'm tasty, so I give my sheet too. Yes! Absolutely. Okay, Lightseeker, are you still with us? You're totally good. Yeah, it's been delayed today. I don't know what's going on. Lightseeker, are you here? I see you in chat, but that doesn't necessarily mean you're present. I'm gonna give you a couple minutes. It's also, like, with the rain, it's also very sleepy vibes tonight. So, I might be putting people to sleep, for which I am not sorry. It's like 1 o'clock where I am, so... I'm gonna reach out to Lightseeker in the chat. Oh, thank you! Yeah. But sometimes, you know, you just gotta be up doing tarot. Alright. Welcome back. I think that was an ad break. I'm gonna put a timer on for a minute, and if Lightseeker doesn't show up, I'm gonna just call the stream because I'm so tired. And I gotta do my pillbox and everything. Oh, down to 2. Oh, here's an ad break. No ad break for you. I'm gonna take these off. Alright. Gotcha, gotcha. Yay, you're here! Welcome back. You're totally good. Welcome back, everybody. And you're totally good, Lightseeker. I get a call all the time, so I fully understand. So do you have a particular question in mind for the tarot today? Or for the board? Okay. Anything awesome, inspiring, or cool is coming. Embarrassing. I gotta learn how to shuffle cards, y'all. Ooh, we got the Seven of Wands. Okay. The Seven of Wands is about, like, defending yourself spiritually. Sevens, pardon me a moment, are all about reflection, logical assessment, and control. So you're logically assessing what's coming at you, and it's like you're reading Sun Tzu. Like you're getting ready for a battle and you're on the defense. Then we have an Ace of Pentacles in reverse. Something is coming. Super excited. It's on its way. It's being blocked by something. Or it's just like on its way, like in the future. And then we have the Three of Pentacles, which is all about, threes are all about friendships. But in reverse, it's you need distance from a group to focus on yourself. So that these pentacles, these worldly belongings, your body, your finances, you can focus on yourself and grow. You're struggling a lot lately? I'm sorry to hear that. Next we have the Six of Cups. This was right side up. I just pulled it backwards. Six of Cups, which is all about harmony, cooperation, and healing of your emotions. So we're healing some emotions, maybe some past trauma, maybe some just feelings that we have. Ooh, and then we have Death. Death could just mean the end of a cycle. Let me pull it up here in my notes. Death. The end of a pattern, a cycle retreat, releasing the past, and celebrating the wins, like awake. So think about something that you would like to come to an end, like you said that you've been struggling a lot. You know, what's a pattern that you would like to finish? And, you know, throw a little celebration once you've broken that pattern, you know? And then finally we have the Six of Pentacles in reverse. Sixes are about harmony, cooperation, healing. In this situation, because it's reversed, it's about a bit of a lack of balance when it comes to your finances, your body, your earthly possessions. So it seems like there's been some financial struggle, some bodily struggle, some struggle with your earthly possessions. And then working our way backwards, we can see that there's a little bit of healing that needs to happen in order for this pattern of struggling to cease, and then spending some time on ourselves, waiting for the new opportunity to come, and while we're doing that, we're spiritually getting ready for a little bit of a fight, um, uh, that's going to be coming, something's coming along, but it might challenge some of your core values. You might get a job opportunity, but you've got to do something that, like, you usually wouldn't want to do. I think of, like, I'm a mechanical engineering major, and all of my friends are getting jobs making bombs, and I'm like, I don't want to make bombs. I want to make things that, like, build life up and help create life and help, do all of these things to make the world a better place. So it might be a situation like that where, like, you have to compromise a value in order to take this new opportunity, which might be why it's being blocked. But it sounds like you're on a good path, though. You're seeking a new cool adventure, and one is on its way. Be looking for it, and be looking to heal, spiritually and emotionally while you're on this journey. Can I see if the podcast will make money? Let's see. Will the podcast make money? It didn't really point to anything, so I'm going to say that's indecisive. Let's see. Let me shuffle these again. One, two, three, four, five. Okay, we got death, 8. No, death, 13. Rebellion, lawlessness, government's enabling of the abuse of authority. I don't see... yeah, I don't see it making money for you. Page of Swords. But it will be good for you learning how to communicate with people. So I say keep going at it as a hobby, so that you can get better at public speaking. Yeah, no problem. Any other questions for the cards? Or the board? Absolutely, no problem. And I think that's going to end our show for tonight. Thank you, everybody who tuned in tonight. I really love and appreciate you. Thank you to all of my subscribers, all of my followers. You guys are my bread and butter, and I love you immensely. You guys have a wonderful rest of your evening. Sleep tight, get lots of rest, and I'm going to attempt to do the same. Bye-bye, you guys.